Good morning, boys and girls. Welcome back. Today, we are going to be learning about numbers 200,000. This is what we're going to try to recall today, which is what are the 4 different ways that you can read and write the numbers. If you look at this place value chart, you can notice that we have the ones, the tens, the hundreds, and the thousands. And these are the 4 ways we're going to try to recall today, which is a standard form, word form, expanded form, and expanded notation. So let's start by adding a number. If you notice, we have 2,000s, 300s, not tens, and 7 ones. So the first step you have to do when you have a problem like this is to count how many of each you have. So if you notice, here is reiterating what I just said, 2,000, 300s, 010s, and 7 ones. So this is going to be my standard form when I just plainly write the number of the base 10 blocks that are represented in the place value chart, 2,307. Now to do the word form, you're going to be using the values of the numbers. So 2,000s, or 2 in the thousand place makes 2,000. Why? Because we're multiplying. 2 times 1,000 is 2,000. Then 300s, you multiply them by 100, and that gives you the value of 300. So this 3 in the hundredth place is the same as 300. Then we put a 0 in the tens, and 0 times 10 is going to be 0 anyways. And then you put 7 ones. So if you multiply 7, which is the digit, times the place value, which is 1, you're going to get the 7. So now I'm going to look this in this chart that we had from before that has all the spelling words. So the first one I'm going to look is this one, which is 2,000. So I'm going to look for the 2. I'm going to spell the 2. And then I'm going to look for the 1,000, which is here in the place value chart or here too. So then you spell it, 2,000. Now I'm going to go to the next number, which is the 300. So I'm going to go and look for 3, and then for the word 100, and I'm going to spell it. Then because I have no tens, I'm not going to write anything in this case. And then I'm going to skip right to the ones, which is 7. So I look for that here on my chart, 7, and I spell it. So the name of the number is going to be 2,307, which is the same here, 2,307. Now let's go for the expanded form. To do the expanded form, we're going to use the same values we have here, 200, 300, and 7. In this case, we're not going to count the 0 because the 0, anyways, when we add it, it's going to be 0. So let's see. So as you notice, I just took the 2,000 and placed it here. The 300, I place it here, and the 7, I place it here. Remember, we're not using the 0 because it's not going to make a difference in this case. So you add the numbers, and the answer should be 2,307. Now, to double check, I usually ask you to do the addition in a regular algorithm. So you place the ones with the ones, the tens with the tens, the hundreds with the hundreds, and the thousands with the thousands. So when you add 0 plus 0 plus 7 is 7 ones, 0 tens, 300s, and 2,000. Now, if you notice this number, 2,307, is the same here, 2,307. This is the expanded form when you add the values of each digit to get the answer. Now, expanded notation is a little bit different. You are going to have the digit, and then you're going to multiply it times the value of that digit. So in this case, I have the digit 2, and I'm going to multiply it times 1,000, which is going to give me the number 2,000. So in the expanded notation, I'm giving the process to find this 2,000. So if you notice, I do that. The digit 2 times the place value, which is 1,000. So the value of the digit, this digit 2 is going to be 2,000. Now I do the same for the hundreds. I have 3 hundreds, and I'm going to multiply them by the value of the hundreds, which is 100. So when I do that, I'm going to have this multiplication, 3 times 100, and And the answer is going to be the value of that 3, which is going to be 300. And finally, I'm going to do, I don't have tens, I'm going to do the 7. The 7, I'm going to multiply it by the value of the ones, which is 1. So the multiplication is 7 times 1. When I do that multiplication, the answer is going to be 7. So at the end, I'm adding the same numbers. 2 times 1,000 is 2,000. 3 times 100 is 300. And 7 times 1 is 7. So when you add the numbers, it's going to be the same answer, 2,307. Now let's go for the next part. For this one, we're going to have a fast check about that. So I'm going to recall what to do. This one is 1,000. So this is 4 hundreds. This is 5 tens, and this is 3 ones. So the standard form is going to be 1,453. Now for the word form, I'm going to need the same chart with the names. So if I have 1,000, I look here for 1, and for 1,000, so I can write the name. 1,000. Then the next one is 4, but it's 100. So I'm going to put 400. I forgot the comma here. And then I have 5 tens. 5 tens are, no, it's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So I'm going to look for 50. 50 is here. So I put 50. And the last one is a 3. So I look for 3. Now to identify the place value of each number, remember, if you have 4 thousands, then that means you multiply the 4 times 1,000, and the answer is going to be 4,000. So the digit 4 stands for 4,000. Why? Because it's in the thousand place. Now let's do the next one. The digit 7 is in the 100 place. That means you multiply times 100. So the value of the number is going to be 700. So that this 7 stands for 700s because it's in the hundreds place. Now the same applies for the 2. The 2 is in the tens. So that means I multiply times 10. And 2 times 10 is going to be 20. So that's the value of that digit 2. Why? Because the 2 is in the tens place, so the 2 stands for 20. And then finally, we have the last number, which is 8 times 1, because it's in the time ones place. So the answer is going to be 8. So that's the value of 8, because it's in the ones place. So the 8 stands for ones, 8 ones. Now, when you add all those numbers together, you are going to have the final number, which is 4,728. This set of problems is going to be part of your challenge today, so make sure you write the numbers in expanded form, word form. And if you want to take it a little bit to the extra, is to do the expanded notation too. We'll see you next time. Bye.